I hope you all have a great Christmas. For me, guys, it was so busy for me doing so many things. Guys, I never baked cake in my whole, I never baked cake. This is the second time I ever bake cake. I make like little simple cake, but not really bake a Jamaican black fruit cake. And this year I tried to bake a Jamaican fruit cake. I baked two, like one for my grandson because he's a minor. So I bake a non-alcohol cake for him, and I also bake one for me and my son. Basically for my son and to give away to other people. So my Christmas was great, and give God thanks. Um I'm alive. I wake up to see that day because I love Christmas, people. Christmas is one of my favorite holiday. Christmas is one of my favorite holiday. I was so busy for days coming on, and the reason for me for to be so busy is because at work I took 2 days off from my job because in the holiday time, working in the medical field, you kind of experience more a lot of things that happening, a lot of things that going on. And I choose to take 2 days off because I cut, let me see, 4 and 3. I cut 7 male person hair, cut them, shave them up, make it looks nice for the holiday, clean up their home, laundry, cook, and those type of thing, and so I do a lot of stuff. It was very, very busy for me, and I am happy to know that I can do it, not just for myself alone, but just to go out there and show people my gratitude. And it's really sweet and nice and beautiful. I take 2 days off from work just to, I see where the time was coming down, and, and I wanted to like help out as much as I can before Christmas Day. And it's happened where I had to take 2 days off, go to work, and then come home. It's not good like rushing. I just take 2 days off and then just get things taken care of, go around, help out some people who literally definitely who in needs, need that help. And there's many people believe that it's only people in the Caribbean that are struggling or suffering. They wrong. It's right here too in the United States. And hello, good night to you, good night. And just go out there and just help, give a helping hand. It means so much to me. Hello. First I had to say, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I started off like um from my home pocket. I start off, good night, hello guys, how you guys doing? Thanks for watching. I would literally start off like um giving people like in Jamaica. The first year I started off, I would give a mother with children $200, and then I would pick an elderly person and I would give $100. So what I would have done, I would put their name in a bag, in the mother with children, and then the elderly separated in a bag, and then I would just shake that bag in front of everyone, do my live, and then I would pick a name. Once I have a name come up, I give that money. And then every year I continue to do the same thing. And I believe since last year, I went to Jamaica in October. When I came back, before I came back, like in my neighborhood back home in Jamaica, I see where a lot of people struggling. You know what I mean? And it really touches my heart. And when I came back, I decided every month I'm going to send some money. Every month I send $1,000 from my pocket to one of my son to buy food, and those type of things to take for those people. And I've been doing it since, like instead just doing it once a year every Christmas. I just hello everyone, how you doing? Thanks for watching. I just literally like every month, send $1,000 US to Jamaica. My son to buy food and take it for them. Um, I wish, St. Thomas is a long driving from Montego Bay to go there, but my son did it. Since my son knew that's something mommy wanted to do, my son do it for me. So I've been doing it, make sure every month $1,000, and I get help from a couple people too. Some people come in, give me 500,000 and stuff like that. So this Christmas, I get $2,500, to help out with my donation thing that I'm doing. And I had to tell you people, I am so disappointed in those people. And this Christmas, I didn't help anyone at all because, my dad passed away in August. And the avenue that my dad lived in, everybody, they know my dad, they know my mom, they know us. And I went home trying to help these people from my home, not like I'm looking fame or looking anything, It's just like, I have a heart where it's hurt me to know I could sit here and he puts food at my mouth and someone there are suffering and he able to put food at their mouth, I prefer split minds, you know what I mean? So my dad passed away August 21st, and I went to Jamaica, and I had to say to people them because many people ask me why I didn't do the donation, and I want to just express myself why I didn't do it. And my father passed away where we all they all on the same avenue. And when someone passed away in the Caribbean island, it's like on a street or a avenue, whatever you called it, everybody know. Every single person know. They know my dad passed away, and all these people them that I've been donating and giving food and stuff to helping them out. They can walk. You know what I mean? And it's some of them is like 3 houses, 4 houses. I would say from my where my dad lived that was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk, less than 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes walk. I have to be honest, very close. And I went to Jamaica, to lay my dad to rest in September. And it's only one person showed up, like, to give us their sympathy. The rest of people them that I literally take my home money. That's my dad. My dad is the one helped me to come in this world. And whatever I achieve, I give my dad and my mother that credit. You know what I mean? And I see that, the goodness I was doing from my heart with some help from others. And, my dad passed away, and those people passed, the house. I was there after the funeral, even after everything, laid my dad to rest. If they'd have just stopped by and give us the sympathy, we wasn't looking anything from anyone at all. You know what I mean? And it's just that just to give us the sympathy. We lost our father and we mourning the loss of our dad. I was after the funeral and everything, I was cleaning up the yard and those type of things, and I saw all they passed by, they hold their head straight, and they not one it's only one lady, as I said, out of all of them who literally came by and those type of thing. The rest, they hold their head straight. And when a couple of them realized that I was there, which it was crazy, that's my father, I had to be there. The only thing could stop me if unless I got sick and in the hospital and able to go do so. But that's my dad. And when some of them realized I was literally there, my dad passed away, which I went home with an extra $1,000 after the funeral was to just give them, change the money, help and just give them some money because I was tired, torn out, ups and down, doing a lot of things, me and my sibling them for my father. And I was just going to give them some money. and they didn't have a heart, to know that my father passed away, just to give their sympathy. They didn't have to come to the funeral. They didn't. It's just, to show kindness, appreciation. You know what I mean? And when people die back home in the Caribbean, everybody support, like even to go and show their face. They didn't know I was there. That's according to them. But when they realized I was there, that's the time they send messages, tons of messages to me asking that they loan money. They don't have nothing to eat, but at the same time, they sit down in their home and never consider, that I'm in Jamaica because of the passing of my father. They didn't show how. Not only one person. So, when I got back, I feel so bad. And when some of them realized I was dead, they were shocked. Which it shouldn't be happening. It's just fake. That's fake. And because I'm not putting no one above my family. Never in my whole life. That family come first. And I just look at it when I get back to the United States that, I went home and see the lifestyle and, work my money, trying to do the best I can to put the food on the table. And sometimes, when my son deliver the food, it bring tears to my eyes to see and heard what they said, you know it's an angel because God, they didn't have nothing to eat, you know and my son just popped up to their home and give them food and things. It brings tears to my eyes, I have to be raw. And when I look to see my father pass away, they didn't show up. How they expect me to feel? So when I came back to the United States, I do some hard thinking, some thinking, and I decided I'm done with it. I would never ever give them my money anymore. That's mine. I'm agree some people come in sometime and give me some money, but I make my own point to Judy every month, $1,000 from my pocket, send home, to buy food and stuff, but they don't have no loving inside of them. So I see that people only want what you got, and that's it. So this Christmas, I got $2,500, That's what I got. I got people sent to me, sell it to me, $2,500. And what I literally did, I think so much, laying in my bed at night and was focusing, thinking, positive thinking. What must I do this with this money? Must I send it to them, or what must I do? And I just come up with my own thinking, no, I'm not going to send it. If I do, it's like I'm putting them above my father, and I'm not putting no one above my family. My father, I love him so much. I love my dad so much. He gone. And then, I went home in May. I went to St. Thomas. I give out so many things, clothes, like my son car, the old back was all filled with clothes, food. I went to the facility. I give away clothes. I give away so many things. People support us. Yes, a lot. People who come from the United States, my sibling, their friends who travel down, and a lot of people from there on the avenue support us. I'm just not talking about them. I'm literally talking about the people then that are literally was donating stuff to food to every month. They are the people them who I'm literally talking about, that I feel so cute in myself because I was like, damn, people really behave like this, you know? And on top of it, something could happen to them, you know what I mean? But they literally, I was outside after the funeral and everything, cleaning up the yard, back then, back in Jamaica and stuff like that. When I was younger, we have to cut the bush. You use the bush to sweep up and those type of things. So literally, I went home, I go back to my same routine, but I didn't have to use bush. There was broom and on the shower, everything there that I had to use. So was cleaning up, tried to leave the yard nice and clean, everybody doing their job. Some of my siblings inside cleaning up, some washing with the hand, because back home in the days we used to use our hand and wash our clothes. You know what I mean? I never literally used to much because my mom used to do the washing. And but when we went home, we go back to our living lifestyle, and some wash with clothes, like my mother clothes, they use their hand and wash it. I clean the yard up, I clean up, straighten up. I literally outside and take my eyes and saw those people pass and all they had straight and never stop to give us their sympathy. And I just look at that and say people are very ungrateful. What I literally did with that $2,500, I send it back to the people that sell it to my account. I send it right back to them. And I give an explanation why I'm sending it back. And they agree with me too, They agree with me what I did. I send it back. So, whenever I go to Jamaica, planning on going sometime next year, 2025. And when I go to Jamaica, I live in Montego Bay. You know what I mean? So, my parents, they in the country, side. So, whenever I go back to Jamaica again, I'm gonna continue with my donation, but I'm gonna choose people in the Montego Bay area, not in the St. Thomas area anymore. I'm gonna since when I go to Jamaica, I live in Montego Bay. That's where I stayed in Montego Bay, and I decided, I know many people down there, and they show me, like I'm not from Montego Bay in Jamaica. I'm from St. Thomas, literally, but Manchester anyway, and but my parents they live in St. Thomas. So Montego Bay is where my resident had. So I love Montego Bay. The people they act so nice with you, they show more care and those type of things. I don't have to give them anything, they welcome you. So I just, I know people out there, which my son mentioned to me, like people in Montego Bay who need help, and those type of things. So when I go back home, I will definitely, go around myself and my son and just look for people who literally live in the Montego Bay area and start back with my donation there with them, because I did had so many plans to do so many things, like go to when I go to Jamaica, when I go back home, I was planning to get a place like and just have food there where people can come in and get their food. I did have so many plans, but um it's just like people are so ungrateful, and it just the way people behave many times it can just change you. It just can change things, which excuse me, it changed so many things. And I will literally continue with my donation, but not in the St. Thomas area anymore, I don't mean the St. Thomas Island. I mean like Jamaica West Indies, like the country area, the parishes. That's what I'm literally talking about. And the reason for me to say that, because many times, I would say St. Thomas, people mean St. Thomas Island, but I'm not talking about the island. I'm literally talking about the St. Thomas, Jamaica, the West Indies, So next year when I go back to Jamaica, I'm gonna continue to do this is something I wanted to do, and it's like something I always tell myself, like never turn your back in where you're coming from. And it's just a positive feelings for me. Like I always remember where I'm coming from. I think about it more than how I think about where I'm at, because I'm already know where I'm at. And I always remember where I'm coming from. I remember the people that I've been went home in many occasion, and I saw so many things where it touches my heart, and when I came back, especially when I'm eating, and I just reflect back, on certain things that I saw, I decided, this is what I'm literally going to do from my own pocket. I never come in here, ask anyone for anything. I just try to do it from my pocket and those type of things. But I mean, you can try to help people, of course, but people are very ungrateful, very, very much ungrateful. And many people ask me, I've been getting so many inbox about, why I didn't do the donation this year, because they know every Christmas and I've been doing it once a month, but I literally have to cut off, because blood is thicker than water. And let me tell you, losing my dad is just like I'm half a person here, like a loss of half of me. I just tell myself one day we all has to go one by one. You know what I mean? But today I was just thinking, my mom in age, I can still go leave my mom. But, I was in my car early on, like I lost my dad. My dad was not around this Christmas. And I just lost her off of me. And I was just like, if my mom go before me, I just lost my whole self. I was just talking in my car about it. And I just feel like nobody in this world important to me than my parents now. I don't even put my kids above them because my parents, my mother is who bring me in this world. My mother and my father who responsible. They too let me be in this world. In whatever I achieve, they are the one let help me. They are the one let me. They are the one bring me in this world to achieve it. I'm not putting no one, either he, she, or the old lady above my parents them. Because if I did give them the money, donate stuff to them, it's like I don't care for my father. No, I love my father. My father gone. I'm not gonna see him anymore. I went home. How many times I bring clothes, I do this, I do all kind of things just to put a smile in someone's face. You know what I mean? I don't look at just my kids, them, my mom and my dad. I look at people out there who in need, people who are struggling, people who are unable to change the shirt. I make sure I go shopping when we on our way to St. Thomas. My son, the whole back and trunk of my son's car was full with clothes and food. I take to the facility for elderly. I give people all over that. I just drive in. I tell my son, pull over, stop. I get out. I just give people things that I just see people that I just feel it, see that they are in need. You know, it just made me feels good because I'm not doing it because I'm looking for fame. My family, they all know who I am. I don't care if I have it. I step up and do what I had to do. That's just who I am. And I reach out, I do the best I can. These people, they don't appreciate nothing. As I said, I took 2 days off from my job, not getting paid because I went home October, May, June, and September for my dad's funeral. And I use up all my sick time. And when it coming around holidays time or anytime, but mostly Christmas time, I do a lot of job work, extra. And I didn't have no sick time to take off 2 days, I had to be real. And I sit with my boss. I told my boss, I need 2 days off. I don't care about the 2 days pay. It's okay. God going to give me a reward. God going to give me a bachelor for what I'm doing. I go out there and, working in the medical field. It heads you up in people who don't have no loved one. People don't have no one to come and cut their hair. People don't have no one to come and bring them a new outfit. People don't have no one to come and tell them they love them or show them they care. You know what I mean? I go around 2 days. I try to cut. I cut 7 to 8 male hair. You know what I mean? They look. It's just make me feel so good inside to see what I did. You know what I mean? I cooked yesterday. I bake cake. Not a pro in baking, but my Jamaican cake come out real good. And I give my son a half. I take the next off, slice it up nicely, and I make plate. Take food for those who are able to provide for themselves. You know what I mean? And I don't really. I show some of them here when I was doing the hair cutting. Yes, I do show some of it. May do a live, some I don't, because when you're working in the medical field, you can't just post up someone, a patient or someone without their consent. You could lose your license. So I try to, if they said to me, oh, because they know how to do videos and stuff like that, and if they said, oh, Beverly, I want to do a live, I do it. They give the okay, and I make sure I say that before my lives in front of them. They give the okay to do that. But if they don't, I don't do it. But I go out and do so many things, and I will continue to do it. But I'm literally going to cut off. I cut off the people that I was doing the donation with. I cut them off except one person. It was one lady, she had a bad leg, and I did feel so bad. I told her she didn't have to come. I know she had a bad foot. I told her, even had my way back, like going back to Montego Bay, after everything, going back to my home in Montego Bay, I just said, I stopped by her and give her money. She's the only person I give my dollars to. I told her she didn't have to come. I already know she had a bad foot, but she still tried. She fight it, and come to support us, to just give us a sympathy and just to show you how I look into things to see that she had a bad foot and she still make it. The rest, they didn't even come. So people are so ungrateful out there. You know what I mean? They just like when you can do something for them, and in that moment when you're doing the stuff for them, they act like they nice. That's people. I grow up with my grandma, my mom, my grandma, and my mother, but I'm more close with my grandmother because my grandmother taught me so many positive things. And some of the things that my grandma taught me, getting older, they all come to pass. I wish she was around to just tell her how much I am thankful and grateful of all her words. I always sit and listen to her words then. And some of the things that my grandmother taught me, you want to know who your friends are. Just pretend like you pass out around them. See how many of them run leave you. My grandmother taught me those type of things. And I fake friends all the time. I fake people all the time. Like something wrong, nothing wrong. Because I'm just living in this world and using my grandma tools and the type of things that she taught me. And those are things that tell me if people are real. Just like my dad passed away, that just showed me that people, they not real. They only just need what I can do for them, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's it. So this is just the reason why I literally, because so many people ask me, inbox me, they haven't seen a video and nothing about, the Christmas donation. And I just express myself, to let them know. And the two person that gave me $2,500, they agree with me. And, for what I did, I send back the money, because I don't need it. I don't need it. It's not for me. I'm not a thief, I'm not a thief. So I send it back, it's Christmas, they probably did need that money to buy their family a gift or put it back in their bank account. They was just trying to help with the situation, you know what I mean? So those are really some of the things that literally happen. So people, if you haven't seen the donation or anything, that's just the reason why, I just cut it off. But I'm going to start it back up again. I just don't want my son to go around and choose people off him home. I want to do it I want to go home, and in the Montego Bay area, I want to go home and pick some people myself. Me. I want to do it myself. Those are the type of thing I want to do. So I'm going to wait till I go home again. And in the Montego Bay area, that's where I'm going to start doing my donation this time. Since when I go home, that's where I live, in Montego Bay. So it just makes sense to me. And I see love, from those people even more than them in the St. Thomas area. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do next time. So hello everyone. Thanks for watching, and how you guys doing? So that is exactly what I'm gonna do next time. So I just want to share that, to let people know. So anyway, people, I hope you all don't spend all your bills money out in this holiday. You know what I mean? Christmas is just one day. Yesterday, it's already gone. You know what I mean? Not coming back until next year again. I hope you people didn't spend all your money and sit back today stressing out yourself. You know what I mean? I hope you people make sure you rent, because guess what? Today's the 26th. You look around the first, your rent, car payment, and all those bills coming up. And some of the things then that I did. I've been doing it for 4 years straight. Like every January, I would get a bottle, big water bottle, or a vase or something. Like I'm not gonna show where I do with my money this year. I put it in somewhere, and I do a live about that. I'm not gonna switch it up. Put it in the bank this time. I don't keep it in my home. I'm gonna put it in the bank, but this time. But every January, this is what I literally did. I would get a water bottle or something, and I would put $100, 200, not every week because I have responsibility also. But I would get a water bottle, a vase, or anything. I would put at least $50, 100, 200, sometimes 300. And this year I literally saved $2,400. So that kind of go towards me and my mom, my kids, my grandkids, they gift, and my sibling for the Christmas, which that is so great. I didn't have to touch my saving or anything. So this is something like, the new year's coming up. People can have good plans, good ideas, because, Christmas is a big impression for many people. It's none for me at all. But if you try to save something, like put away $20, $100, $50, whichever amount you can put away. I know a lot of people have it difficult, but when Christmas time, it's not difficult. So if you put away a $20, even open a special bank account for that saving, which that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to save the money in my home anymore because I was doing a live counting the money no more. I'm going to open a bank account and put that money in. If you save $20 a week, the end of the month, some weeks are 5, some months are 5 weeks, you can have $100. 4 weeks, you could have $80. By the end of November, you will have a lot of money to do your Christmas shopping. And anywhere it stop, it just stop. You know what I mean? Anywhere it stop people. And, we just have to come up with some smart, positive thinking. Because Christmas take away so much It didn't do much to me because I already saved for it, people. I have to be real. I saved $2,400. And I made sure I took my mother money out for her Christmas, her pocket money, her food money, my sibling, my sons, make sure, they have a good Christmas. They have their money, my granddaughter, you know. And my grandson. I make sure all those money taken and for myself too. You know what I mean? So it's good when you could save something, even $5, $5, $10, $20, limit yourself in how much you can put in. When you can put in more, you put in more. You're going to put a big smile, joy, and happiness in your face at the end of November to see what you did. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what I did. I don't touch my saving. You know what I mean? I don't have to touch my saving or put myself in no big expense to impress or to please anyone, because I already saved my Christmas money. And I'm not going to start January first week in January. I'm going to start the second week in January. You know what I mean? I don't have no bill to pay. I paid up all my bill before Christmas. Because the reason why I do that, because this holiday, like, I go to so many stores. It's very tempted, when you see so many things in there. But I limit and discipline myself. And that's exactly what I did. I make sure I pay for my car payment. I make sure I pay my rent, not due yet. We're not in the first yet. I pay my car insurance, my life insurance. I pay my light bill. I pay all my bills there. I make sure everything knocked off. I make sure all my bills they covered. And we're not even the first of the month. So next month I have no bills to pay. The whole January, I have no bill to pay. I pay them all up. And this is very, very important to do. So you don't have to think about, have your hand, you're worrying and stressing over Christmas take away all your dollars. And then you have to stress and worry about the landlord coming, the bank need their mortgage, but because of Christmas, we impress so many people. People think and be smart. This is the way I do my Christmas saving. And if you guys do it, copy me, listen to what I'm saying, and do the same thing, you're going to say, wow, and thank me for that. A lot of people does it. I taught many people to do it. And they did, and they happy. Some people save $3,000. I don't put money every week. I would just put a $300 sometime, 250, 100, and I still save 2,500. I had to be real. If I was doing it every week, I would have a lot more money to spend. Last Christmas I buy me a 70-inch TV for myself for my Christmas saving. And this here, because, my granddaughter's birthday is today, yesterday, Christmas Day. I want to give her a good gift, for her birthday and Christmas. But I still take out my money first, what I need to spend. So just to tell you how much, last year I saved a lot more. But, I travel a lot this year, and it kind of really stopped me from put money in, which that's okay. I still save a lot. 2,400 is a lot. You know what I mean? My kids, they get their Christmas money. My mom, wasn't much, people, but it's help. I don't have to touch my savings. So people think, think for the new year's coming up, what your plans is, and those type of thing. And, many people like, they cut off, like, I don't know what the Caribbean setting is like, but literally, like in the United States, I believe it's the 15th of December, they cut off taxes to the 15th of January, something like that, but if you pay attention from when they cut the taxes off and when they started back again, it cut off the 15th for the filing for like 2025, for filing in 2025. And then it's new start back again in the third week of December, I believe. So if you pay close attention into those areas from the third week of December, like 2023, to the 2023 of last year, the 15th, and because that's the second week of December, and pay attention for the whole week, the whole hair. You know what I mean? That 2 weeks in December, right back again. How much you save from your paycheck? Just pay close attention to it. Look how much money you work. You work, you bust your shot, go out there and work very hard. How much do just look at your total for the hair, how much you save, how much you make for, whether bi-weekly or weekly. Just pay close attention. How much you make and pay how much you save. How much you save. And if you pay close attention and how much, like if you make a 50,000 for the hair, just get your book and paper, your pen and paper, and write down how much you pay for rent, how much you spend on food, how much you spend on clothes, how much you spend on this. It's gonna still give you a decent balance. How much you bank, how much you save. It's gonna still give you a decent balance. You're gonna say where that money goes. So people, that come in here, coming up, think, be positive and know what you're doing. Be positive. Getting up every day, going out there, working, doing all this work. In the end of the year, you can see nothing from it. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't healthy. Doesn't make no sense. I know some people, like single mother, they have to do everything for their kids in school and college and those type of things. It still doesn't stop you from put $100 away. It still didn't. I've been through all of those and I know how hard it is. It still doesn't. You know what I mean? It still does not stop you from save something. So for the new year coming up, people be wise, be smart. We getting older. You know what I mean? And we have to think positive and be positive. So anyway, people, you all have a good, lovely rest of the night. And I will see you again. Bye-bye now. And thank you all for watching. Thank you guys so much.